What's up guys, my name is Mad Daddy and I upload commentaries, funny videos, and gaming content. And today we're going to be talking about how I destroyed Nuketown, or the community of Nuketown. So first off, we're going to start off by saying no, I didn't exploit anything, and no, I'm not using cheats or anything cheeky like that that would break, I guess, the terms of service agreement with the game. No, I didn't do anything like that. I didn't find any new glitch spots or any type of exploits like that. I used two items that are provided in the default game. Yes, this is before any DLC. This was in the original game when we first downloaded it on the first launch day. I used two items that I personally think are really undervalued and not used as much as they could be. So in the footage you see playing behind you, I'm not sure if you've caught on yet, but I have two items in my class, or two tools as I like to consider them, in my class that I use quite often and that you will see quite often in my video no matter what map I'm actually playing on. And those two items are the smoke grenade and the Molotov. So in this particular footage we are actually playing Domination on Nuketown, and as you can see, they, as you all know from experience, Domination, did I say Domination on Molotov? I meant to say Domination on Nuketown. As you all know, Domination on Nuketown can get pretty hectic and people just typically spam grenades. Well, with this current season and era of times, I guess, so to speak, there's a lot of people out there using Flak Jacket. So if you don't know what Flak Jacket is, quick rundown. It's a perk you can run on your class, your multiplayer class, and it basically makes you more resistant to explosions and things of that nature. Well, a thing that players like to do is they sit on the most well-known, the most notorious point, or a capture point in Nuketown Domination, point B, and they will have Flak Jacket on, and it is hard to kill him. And of course they did nerf it in one of the recent updates, but it's still a task sometimes. I mean, if you throw a grenade at someone and they end up absorbing that damage, or I guess not dying from it and explodes next to them, and the next grenade doesn't come for like a considerable amount of time, they have basically a chance to just sit there for a while before anybody can really do something about it. And so I've come up with a solution where I, one, eliminate line of sight from either enemies. If you saw my Why Nuketown is the Greatest Map video, you'll know which lane of engagement I'm talking about. It's the car engagement. I'll eliminate, it really doesn't matter if you're coming from side A or point A or point B, but I will eliminate the line of sight from either the garage or the alleyway, and then I will strategically place a Molotov directly on point B, and that is because if there's anyone sitting in the garage, they can easily pick off anybody running to capture point B, and vice versa. If there's anybody sitting in the alleyway, they could also easily pick off anybody trying to make their way over or even defend the point. And so by throwing a smoke grenade in front of the garage or in front of the alleyway, one, you block all line of sight from the defenders being able to do their job correctly, and all the toxic quick scopers and snipers that are on this tiny map that make it a living hell to play. The second strategic thing I do, which I already kind of touched on, is I actually throw a Molotov directly onto the point, and this is especially helpful for times when our team, or the defending team, or your team, whatever you want to say, when your team has the point, but you do not want the other team to start capping it, and you don't have all the manpower up front to defend it. So there's could be that one person who slithers onto point and then ends up capping it, and that usually can flip the tide of a game. I'll throw a Molotov directly onto the point to prevent and kind of deter players from reaching the point and really just waste the time. So the whole point of Domination is who can hold, or on this map at least, who can hold 2 points for the longest amount of time, because if you hold 1 point, after a certain amount of time, it's almost unrecoverable. Like, it doesn't really matter what you do, you will 9 times out of 10 not win, or the points, when they stack up over time, they will just not add up to the winning amount, and it's just not a fun game. It's just kind of like pointless, right? And so, um, so if the point is to hold 2 points, then we already know that we can obviously hold our main point or our spawn point, but can we hold B? Well, that's where this tactic of smokes and Molotovs come in, because if you can blind the enemy player from defending point B, and you can deter the enemy player from sitting on point B because they could become burned and ended up dying, then you have an advantage. And I like to call this a skill advantage. And that is because it has taken skill for you to strategically learn where to throw these items for the best and most effective use, and also the best points at which to throw them. I don't know if you can see it in this video, but I have learned some key areas to stand and which points of the sky to look at if I want to just throw a Hail Mary into the air and try to make it directly onto the point. And I've also learned little strategies to get small windows of and has also learned little strategies to take advantage of the chaos that the smokes and the Molotovs produce. This is a bonus tip. This is something I actually was not planning to talk about, but since the topic arose, why not? So when all the chaos and frustration happens by throwing smokes over and over again, because obviously, let's be frank, we die a lot on Nuketown. Nuketown is like a close quarters map. It's hard to not die a lot or many times on this map. And so when you die a lot, guess what? You get basically replenishment of your resources, and so you have yet another smoke and another Molotov to throw. Well, if you die in a quick enough time span, you will actually have a couple smokes out on the field deployed, and that can cause plenty of chaos, especially when you mix in a napalm strike, which is dirty. So with all this chaos mixed around point B, and we have thrown our smokes around it, and we have thrown our Molotovs into it, and we have danced around it, and we've killed the enemies trying to come in and secure that point, there's also one other thing that we can do. So while everyone is distracted with that point and is taken up by the chaos and the tunnel vision of trying to capture B point, we can take an opportunity that a lot of people are not thinking about. And that opportunity is to run and utilize the Jeep lane of engagement. So in layman's terms, and to put it plain and simple to you, while everyone has their eyes and their attention focused on, okay, let's all get B, if we take the C or the Jeep lane of engagement, we will end up making it to their spawn most of the time, and we can cap and even dominate the enemy team if they do not react fast enough. Well, if you stuck around this far until the end of the video, please leave a like rating down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Your subscription and your like rating gives me more motivation to make new content for you. If you have any creative video ideas that you would like me to make, please leave them down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. See ya!